Welcome to Wrestling with Success, the best and only podcast for the wrestlers of tomorrow. Please welcome your host, Nigel? Oh, right. Your host and future champion, Neil McMillan.
Yeah.
Right, so today is the day of my debut match for Wrestling League, my debut match for Wrestling at all. And I thought, let's record something a little bit special. Let's make this episode, because I want to make it a whole start to finish so you can feel my whole process. I want to record before the actual match, and we'll do a bit of recording. You can get my views and things after the match. So obviously I'm on my way to the venue now. You can probably hear I'm in the car, and yeah, I'm on the way to the venue now. Last night on the Saturday night, I was DJing a 60th birthday, so mental night. And yeah, I was DJing until I got home 1ish. So I had to get some sleep. I wanted to get up, have plenty of time this morning. I wanted to get up for about 7:30ish. I got up at 8. So immediately I had an hour to get ready, which is a bit of a ball ache. But I got ready, woke up, made a list of things I need to get done. There's a successful tip for you right there. Let's a little segue. Successful tip. Make a fucking list. Alright, I forget all my shit. Alright, or I forget one or two bits of my shit. Where I just make a list, then I've just got to check the list at the end, make sure I've checked it all off. The notes on the iPhone as well. The notes on the iPhone, you can add a list with a little checkbox. All you have to do is tick it when you've done it. So there you go, successful tip from Mr. Success. But yeah, so I made a list, checked it off, did everything. I probably left about 15 minutes later than I wanted to, which is a bit annoying. But I'm on the way to the venue now. I want to get there early enough to kind of help out. I say my hellos, etc. I'm waiting there now. Am I nervous? I wouldn't say nervous. I haven't got that feeling. I don't get nervous. I'm a little like, all right, now, like, I've been not worried about it, but I'm looking forward to it being over at the same time. It's really weird. It makes it sound like I don't really want to do it, but I can't wait to be able to be at the end, say that I've fucking done it, and just feel like I've accomplished it. But I'm excited to obviously, go into this place. The amount of talents there is ridiculous. I mean, minimum there's 40 other wrestlers who are probably more experienced, a lot more experienced than me. So they're a level above me, and I get to spend some time with them, meet a lot of them, and there's a minimum 40 of them. So there's a wealth of knowledge there. And I feel like a kid on his way to Disneyland at the same time, because pig and shit, all that knowledge and all that, just being surrounded by it as well. So I'm excited for that. Do I feel prepared? Yes, I do feel prepared. Mentally, I feel very prepared. I'm ready for this. In terms of physically, I've tried my best. Probably another 2 months away of hardcore training, I would have been really happy, but I don't think you'd ever get to the perfect comfort zone. I'm physically in the best shape I've ever been in, so that's a positive. But am I six pack, looking fucking incredible? No. But heck, I think I'm not trying to worry about that. I'm not trying to worry about that at all. Attire wise, what am I wearing for my ring? I've tossed and turned with this. Like, I got my boots because I wanted to make sure that I'm safe, I'm looking a little bit more professional, and Mr. Success, he's got to have some shiny ass boots. You can't just be wearing some saggy little boots. So I got some good high shine boots. Got those ordered in. In terms of what I'm wearing, I'm going topless. I've got my pads, but the main thing is, like, I was going to wear tights for my bottoms. I'm gravitating towards that. Initially, I was going to wear black skinny jeans because I could come out in my blazer with the skinny jeans on as well. But what I've noticed is a lot of people wear black skinny jeans or black jeans in the ring, so that won't really make me kind of stand out and look different from any other people. So I want to be able to stand out a little bit more. So I've still got the skinny jeans in the suitcase just in case, in my little wrestling bag. I had to pack a wrestling bag this morning. Had a hard on throughout the whole thing. Just being able to pack a wrestling bag is the greatest experience of my life. The fact that I can pack elbow pads, knee pads, wrestling boots, a tyre. I've got some hairspray in there. I've got some oil. I'm not sure if I'm going to apply it because fuck knows what I'm doing with oil. My hairbrush and shit. Packed a wrestling bag. That was exciting. I've got a whole gallon of water as well. In terms of my attire, I've packed my skinny jeans. But what I'm going with, which I'm not sure how it'll go, it'll either go fucking horribly or it'll go really well, is I'm gonna wear a pair of suit trousers, which sounds very boring, but they're checkered blue suit trousers. So obviously I can come out suited and booted, and then I am just taking off the shirt in a very slow, methodical fashion, hanging up my shirt. This is if it's all okay with the promoter, that is, Mark. But and then stepping inside the ring with my suit trousers, belt, and my high shine shoes. The only snag, which I don't think would bother anyone else, but it bothers me because I've got that kind of OCD thing, is I've got a brown belt and I've got black high shine shoes. I mean, that bothers me. If I would never do that outside a wrestling ring. I would never go to work or anything like that, or a wedding, in different coloured shoes than to my belt. I used to work in Russell and Bromley, and they would literally punish you if you ever turned up with mismatching shoes. So I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not sure if that's a thing, if it bothers people or not, but for some reason it bothers me. But I think at the end of the day, people are there for wrestling. They're not going to give a fuck about whether I'm wearing different coloured shoes and stuff. No one gives a crap about me. So yeah, I'm going suit trousers, high shine shoes. I'm trying to drive around corners here and record a podcast. My phone's flapping around like a fucking dick in the wind. But alright, I managed to gain control here. So yeah, I'm going with that. See how it turns out. It sounds stupid as well. My entrance. It sounds really stupid, but I thought this might be an ego thing. I don't know, but I want to look as good as I possibly can. So in terms of my entrance, I recorded what kind of, the look and my actions that I would have coming out of the ring, because I thought, I'm going to record it, not because I'm that much of a fucking weirdo, but because I want to see what other people see, so it turns out all right and I'm not making an idiot out of myself. So I recorded the first one, and Jesus Christ, did it with my theme song, tried to come out, time it and everything, and I came out, watched the video back, oh God, there was nothing believable behind those eyes, and it just looked so flat and just so generic and boring. And I thought long and hard about that. I thought really long and hard about kind of it having a standout entrance, and it's my debut as well. I want to look fucking awesome when I'm coming out, as does everyone else. So yeah, I watched it back, and Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking boring old wet blanket. So I did about 5 or 6 recordings, so kind of added a little things, little body language things. It sounds stupid, but I'm very up for body language and stuff like that. Body language is so important. It's so important. Just like I can't express it. I had a seminar with Savvy Sid, and he seems to get it. I mean, he's I don't know if he's had some sort of acting in the past or anything, but he does all his promo videos and stuff like that. But it's the subtlest little things, and he was mentioning the subtlest little things, like even just your eyebrows, the way your eyebrows moves and shit like that, just your facial expression and how your body language is. And I think body language is everything. If I came over and I kind of like hunched my shoulders and I kind of came out like that, and I was like, hey, let's go, let's do this, let's come on, no one's really going to believe it. Whereas if I've come out fucking shoulders out, great big chest, come on, no, that's a little bit more believable. So body language, I'm I hope that conveyed over audio, because I physically made myself bigger, so you could kind of hear the difference, then being like shoulders over and kind of coming out and going, oh hey everybody, I'm Niall, I'm here to wrestle. So yeah, I recorded my entrance a lot, and so hopefully I've got that tied down, but who knows what it's going to look like. I do not have a clue what to expect at all, but I'm looking to go down, just meet all the guys, put a shift in, see everyone. The way I see it is, all I really want to achieve today is not make myself look too much like a lummox or look too green, but the main thing is to make everyone else look good. I don't want to let everyone else down. I don't want to let drop kicks, the people who have trained me, down, but making them look good, because I'm a student from there. And the main thing is, I want to make everyone else look good. At the end of the day, it's my first show. I shouldn't be thinking about myself or my ego or anything like that. The way I see it is, first show, I've got to suck a dick. And I think that sums it up really nicely. I've got to proverbially suck a wrestling dick. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to sell for everyone, make everyone else look incredible. I'm not going to go in there, try and be John Cena and not sell for anybody's move and try and be big and tough and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'll hold my own if anybody tries it, but I'm sure they won't. I'm looking forward to it. And the main thing is, I'm just gonna sell. I'm just gonna make everyone look good, make everyone's move look incredible, and try to not let them down, let the promoter Mark, who took this opportunity on me, down, and hopefully kind of fit in. So that is it for On the Way. We can discuss how it went afterwards. And I have no idea. Literally, I'm recording this before, so I'll be interested to listen to this back afterwards to see myself. So, yeah. So I will let you know. And I would say I'm going to go break a leg, but I'm not sure if that's a thing. I'm not sure if I break a leg, or I pretend to break a leg, or I pretend to break somebody else's leg. I don't know what the coup is with wrestling, but I'm going to go and break something. But wish me luck. So this is after my debut today, and wow, I'm exhausted. One hell of a long day, a good day, but mentally, like, I feel fucked. I mean, I wasn't even in the Rumble that long, so physically I'm all right. Like, I actually feel okay, but wow, mentally, like, I think a lot of it's just because, I mean, like, we're not worried about it, but just kind of it's been taking up a lot of headspace, and yeah, just surrounded by so many people and meeting all these new people. It's been incredible, such a good day, but I've had so many messages from so many people, I can't even think where to start from in terms of messaging back, so I'll probably leave responses back tomorrow. I just want to chill out now, go home, have a pizza and a beer. Jesus, a pizza and a beer. I can't wait for a pizza and a beer. But the whole day, incredible. It was so calm and collected. It was just so smooth throughout the whole day. The management of it all, like, there was 40 odd people just in the Rumble, probably another 10 on top of that for matches. Then you got ring crew and stuff like that. You've got to organise it, and I didn't see anybody get frustrated or stressed or anything like that. So the fact that they stayed cool and calm and collected throughout the whole thing was incredible. And just being able to sit backstage with some of the guys, like, and just listen in. Like, I was quite quiet, but only because I wanted to keep my head down, listen, just drinking the whole experience, to be fair. Like, this is my first pro show, so to be able to sit there and just have all these guys around me, like, it's insane. Like, Roy Johnson was there, Josh Shooter was there, who I've seen train a few times and had a seminar from, but just being around him. Chuck Mambo, wow, that guy's some colourful dude, and I'm not going to name drop because I could be there for fucking ages, but yeah, I'm exhausted. It's the best way of putting it. I don't even want to talk about it for this podcast, but I'm putting a shift in because I want you to experience it just after I have. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start from scratch. So I arrived there just about in time. I wanted to get there a little bit earlier than planned, but I was there nice and early enough. Went in, said my hellos to the people in there. Saw some guys who I've already spoken to, Nick Payne, Aaron Warnes, Matt Ball as well. I was speaking with him, Corey McRae. Just sitting with those guys as well was pretty cool, and speaking to them, just trying to understand the format, because to be honest, I walked in and didn't have a clue what was going on really. I just knew I was in the Rumble, and then I turned up and the spot, my number was number 33, and I saw the card for that, the order of that, and that's just like mind blowing. Then you realise, oh shit, I'm actually in this Rumble, and like this is my number now. Shit's getting real. But it was, like I said, it was all nice and relaxed and everything. We all sat down, we were talking. There was no rush, there was no stress or anything. And then basically the locker rooms got changed from the locker room there was one locker room for all the Rumble contestants, and then there was a locker room for all the matches, and people were on matches before the Rumble as well, just because, 40 to 50 to 60 people, it's going to start to get a lot busy. So we were split up into these different rooms. One room there was a TV set up so we could watch in Gorilla, and if you don't know what Gorilla is, what the fuck are you listening to this podcast for? It's basically you can sit backstage and watch the show in Gorilla. So there was a screen for that, which is fucking awesome, but it was the freaking coldest room you've ever been in your life, and you can't really blame them. There's nothing you could do. There was heat lamps and everything there. That's just winter. But I mean, I was sitting there, I was in my suit, I was in my Mr. Success get up, I'm in my suit. I've got a dude sitting next to me, Xander. He was in nothing but face paint and a vest. I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't sitting there stark bollock naked. He was in face paint vest and some trunks or something. But man, I just wanted to put a jacket around him. I just felt sorry for him. I just wanted to kind of put a jacket around him, give him a cuddle and tell him it's going to be all right. I was freezing sitting there, and this dude's sitting there in face paint and barely anything on. So, and there was heat lamps there. I had to move under the heat lamp, like get away from the TV. I couldn't sit and watch under the TV anymore. I was freezing. But anyway, interval came up. The matches at the same high standard that I saw before. Very good high standard from my session down at SOS, and yeah, people were bringing it. So interval came up, and then I was in my Mr. Success get up. I had to ask around, make sure it was all right, that I'd just go ahead and go out there rather than without letting anyone know. Or I got the green light for that, so went out there, started dishing out the Mr. Success cards, business cards, and it was weird because people, when I hand out these cards, people legitimately think that I'm kind of trying to help them with guidance in life and Mr. Success. It's proper surreal, and so people who don't know, when I went to a show in Brentwood, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, that's where I started doing this. That's where I kind of at Dropkicks, I kind of came in the interval and just came out shouting, Mr. Success, I'm here to help you, I can help you. And I was going around just basically giving business cards out, and just to elaborate on this business card, all it says on one side, it says I can help you in big bold letters, and on the other side it's got this cheesy ass picture of me, like thumbs up, looking like I'm about to sell you a fucking house or something, and it's got all my details, host of Wrestling with Success podcast and all this, join the Macmillan mentorship program or some shit on there, and it's got all my details on there. Now it's good for two reasons. When I can speak to wrestlers and promoters or anyone, I've legitimately got my card to give them so they can get my details. So it's handy in that sense. But it's another way of kind of getting the character out there, getting the podcast out there, get more listeners. Anybody who's interested in being a trainee, we could listen to it. But fuck it, why not? It gets the name out there. it's a little bit of something different, and it adds to the character as well. Shit, I've just dropped my phone. God, it's like flapping around like a dick in the wind while I'm trying to drive. So I was handing out business cards in the interval. So I was still in my full get-up. I wasn't in my wrestling gear. Finished handing out all the cards. I had to kind of speak to Chris Klein, one of the ring crew there, the ringmaster himself, Chris Klein, and just say to him, I had a little idea of just putting my hanger for my blazer, just putting it under the apron. So if I could kind of, grind my gears, if I could kind of tease the fact that I'm going to get something from under the apron, like as if it was a table or a chair or something, and then just pull out a hanger because I want to hang up my blazer because my suit is worth £20,000. It's not. It was just a neck suit, but it looks like it could be expensive. So I spoke to Chris Klein. I sneaked a hanger out, and he put a hanger under the ring for my spot in the Rumble. All good to go. So then, after the interval, we all moved into the other room, which was nice and fucking cozy in there. No TV for the thing, but that's absolutely fine. Like, before you know it, main event was going on, and then the Rumble was straight after. And what I didn't realise was it was 40 seconds. I think it was 40 seconds to a minute between each entry. So shit was flying thick and fast and proper quick. But sitting in there, I got to sit with a lot of the pros. Some of the ones I've already name dropped. It was good to sit down and just kind of experience that, drink it all in. And they also set up, there was a ringside perspective photography there. Met the guy that runs that. Cool dude. Managed to get a few promo pictures as well. And I'll tell you what, the guy was awesome. Like, I kind of stood... I had already kind of pre-booked the fact that the Wrestling League had offered this photographer who was going to be there. You can get some pictures done. Kind of just said, I'd be up for kind of getting my pictures done. It's always good to get some new promo pics done. And the guy there went up to him. I was like, "Hi, I'm Mr. Success. That's the gimmick." Told him what it's about. I'm a motivational coach looking to help people in life. And I'm obviously think I'm better than everyone else, and I've been successful at everything else. I'm here to be successful. That's the character. I'm here to bring that success to wrestling. And he was like, no, it's cool. And literally, all he would do was big me. He would just point the camera at you, big you up, and just say, look, you're better than everyone else. You come at a very high price. Little people can't afford you. And as soon as he's saying all these little subtle words, you kind of stand there and bulk your shoulders out a little bit more, and you think, yeah, I fucking am, yeah. And then boom, he gets a picture, and it was fucking incredible. I think he took like 6 or 7 pictures, and each one he captured exactly what he wanted, because as soon as he'd say it, your body just subconsciously you pull this action. So that was great. Spoke to him, booked him up, because I think he's got one hell of an experience when it comes to promo pics, and I think that's going to be one hell of a good episode to listen to as well. Bring a different dynamic to things on his podcast, get his insight, because he's photographing all the top guys around the UK, so I'll be interested to hear a lot of his advice. So got the promo pics done, and then before you know it, it's time to get in ring gear. I got the suit trousers. I put my knee pads underneath. I was umming and ahhing. Knee pads underneath or over the top. I asked one of the guys, he was like, no, keep your knee pads underneath. There's no point in ruining your knee pads, and it'll look a bit weird with suit trousers with knee pads over them. And I kind of get it, so I kept the knee pads underneath. Put the boots in. Didn't tuck the trousers in. Kept the boots underneath, so it looked like I had a pair of shiny, expensive shoes on, which is exactly what I wanted. And got the gear on, and so like I was saying, numbers were going thick and fast. Like, before you know it, it was like 10, then it was 20, then it was 30. My number was 33. It was coming up. One of the girls there, Harley Ray, she was the only girl, and she was the number after me. So I kind of said to her, like, would you be interested in doing a little spot when I come out? I'm not going to jump straight in the ring. I didn't want to just go straight into the ring. I wanted to kind of berate the crowd a little bit. No problem going out there and acting a knob and just trying to annoy people, try and get the character over a little bit. So I said to her, look, I'm going to go out, I'm going to, act the fool in front of everyone, try and berate everyone, and then you're straight after me. So how would you feel about if I kind of went out, berated everyone, you came out, and I obviously kind of stand and laugh and point and laugh at the fact that there's a girl in the Rumble, like, you have no place in here. And then I said, well, look, I'll come into the Rumble and just, I'll poke you, point a finger at you, and just kind of say, like, look, go make me a sandwich, woman. Go make me a sandwich. And I said, as soon as I say that, just absolutely beat the shit out of me, absolutely destroy me. And she was fine with that. Also, Corey McRae as well. This motherfucker is one mean looking dude. He looks like Conor McGregor. He's an MMA style fighter. He's got the MMA trunks on. He's got the tattoos on the chest, and he just looks like one mean dude, one mean nasty dude. If you saw my Instagram story, it was with him on it. He's some nasty looking bastard. And I just said to him, I think because he's got a good looking character as well, that kind of different style, I said it would be an honour if you could just beat the shit out of me if I see you in a Rumble, just come over, give me some knees and beat the crap out of me. So I had those kind of few spots planned just to try and get something in and just, I don't know, organise ourselves a little bit. So we're kind of given the freedom to kind of work on our own stuff like that. And some of the guys, Lord Gideon had this great idea where he would come out with a spot and he had a balloon, and he basically handed a balloon to someone. Somebody would take the balloon and he would prick the balloon, and in the balloon was a load of like fucking talcum powder, and he would blind them, and then from that he would throw them straight out. And I don't actually know if that spot actually worked, because he was saying he was worried you'd probably cock it up, but who knows. But that's kind of thinking, fucking brilliant, great idea. So anyway, 32 just went out. Ricky Knight Jr., he went out just before me. So I was like hyped up, and I think I mentioned before at the beginning of this that I had worked on my entrance, all the timings, and wanted to make sure that I looked the part when I came out. So I was standing there, got one of the dudes to kind of film my entrance, because my debut only happens once. I was like, can you film this? Like, he said, yeah, awesome. So I was standing there, and I said to the guy, like, there's a certain time for my theme song that I want to kind of come out. Can I give you a nod? He was like, yeah, no problem at all. Just give me a nod. We'll open the door, we'll get it going. So, standing there, 10, 9, 8, I'm fucking loving life, I'm buzzing, this is gonna, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then basically my theme song is, it's Mr. Success by Frank Sinatra, and it's got a certain intro that basically proclaims himself as Mr. Success, and then after that, it's Black Skinhead. Don't know if you can hear that shit. And then I guess, I should have fucking cottoned on by this, the fact that where it's only 40 seconds in a minute, there's obviously not a lot of time for people to get the theme music in, and they'd obviously want to get straight into it rather than going straight to the intro, going through the intro and then doing it. So music hit, I hope you can hear that, otherwise you just hear silence. But yeah, so Mr. Success bit, I was like, shit, quickly stepped up onto the stage, kind of I tweaked it to make it look as good as I can, but on the video it looked like I was stomping, looked like I was marching to get on the stage or something, but it's just because I was like, shit, my timings. And yeah, got on stage, turned around, and it was a great feeling. There was bodies everywhere in the ring, and I thought, no, not going in. Step to the side rather than stepping on the apron, step to the side, down to the crowd, and I was like, I don't need to get in, I don't need to be in there with these failures, I'll win it on my own time and all stuff like this. Who wants a business card? Who needs help in life? I can help you. Who wants to be like Mr. Success? Handing out cards. Then I do the whole, Wolf of Wall Street, where he throws the money into the crowd. No, to the FBI agent as he's getting off the boat. And he throws the money around like it's nothing. So I was like, who wants a business card? Who wants a business card? And I started throwing business cards left, right and centre. And then went around, berated the crowd a little bit, and all of a sudden Harley Rae's music hits. Wait for her to come out, I point and laugh. What's she doing in here? She doesn't deserve to be on here. And then hung the jacket up, snuck in, and she was clearing house. I mean, she was kicking taking everyone's head off. And then she got a fucking massive drop kick, and then next minute the guy who drop kicked her got a massive sweet chin, and it was nuts. I slowly crept into the ring, made my way in, just kind of checked my surroundings, saw her in the middle of the ring, pointed and laughed, gave it the whole go make me a sandwich, you don't deserve to be here. And perfectly, I turned around, looked straight at her, she clocked me with the best forearm she could have clocked me with. So well done, Harley, if you're listening. Fair play. She clocked me with it, then she continued to kick the shit out of me with her boots, booting to the face, the side, and I loved it. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I would rather someone beat the shit out of me than kind of like fluff around and just not really go for it. And she brought it, so fair play to Harley. And then I was, someone attacked her from behind. One thing I will say, when it's in a rumble, it's fucking nuts, because before you know it, like, you have a second to breathe, and the next minute you're getting clubbed in the back and all sorts of shit's going on, and people are just jumping you from behind trying to chuck you out, which is perfect. It's exactly what a rumble should be. And then as soon as she stopped beating on me, I saw fucking Roy Johnson standing there. I thought, oh, I'm gonna have a bit of this. Grabbed him into the turnbuckle, a couple of forearms, and before you know it, Ricky Knight Jr.'s drop kicked the shit out of me out of nowhere. Brilliant though, I liked it. Then he picked me up, whispered drop toe hold into him, and next minute he drop toe hold me straight into Roy Johnson's crutch. Nice. And then I just laid there for a bit of a comedy spot. Then next minute chaos carries on. Then I see Ash Draven, the man, the previous guest Ash Draven in there. But I've got to have a little spot with him, picked him up, tried to get him out of the ring, and then before you know it, he had gotten me, he tried to throw me out, and I thought, look, I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I came here to kind of give people a snippet of what I've got. And if I'm going to get eliminated, I'll be very happy to be eliminated by Ash Draven. He kind of threw me over, and I was worried before about actually going out in the top rope, because no one likes to fall from like a decent height, and I haven't had that many fucking thrown out to the ring. But as soon as the momentum went towards the ring, the edge of the ring, bounced on those ropes, before you know it, gravity took over, Bob's your uncle, over I go, falls to the ground, and I'm out. But I was happy about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish I stayed a little bit longer, but look, I didn't want to overstay my welcome. It's my debut. I don't want to take the piss. I don't want to annoy anyone. Keep the promoters happy. Enough to get my shit in. Enough to kind of put people over a little bit. I wish I could have stayed in to sell a little bit more. But no, I was very happy with it. Very happy with it. So out I went. Next minute, Lion Kids. I grabbed someone. I don't know who I grabbed. I grabbed someone on my way out, just to kind of. I think it was probably Harley. I think I grabbed. And then next minute, Lion Kids shouting at me and trying to throw a forearm at me or something. And then I kind of taunt him a little bit. And then boom, back into the changing room. And and then it's over. So absolute chaos for probably 4 minutes. And then that's it. Take the gear off, and in a way it was kind of like, well, what the fuck was I worried about? Like, I enjoyed it. I'm not condoning, I'm not saying like don't prepare yourself, but I kind of thought like I didn't have to get so worked up and worry about that. I should have enjoyed it maybe a little bit more, but in a way I'm like, no, I prepared myself the best way I could have been. So no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then Hooch, the guy Hooch there, Hooch is one big motherfucker. Hooch is one hell of a talent as well. He's got the look, he's got the whole character down, he's got that presence. He won the Rumble in the end, well deserved. And the whole show from start to finish, brilliant. Like I said, I'm fucking knackered now, like my head. It's been a long old day, a good day, but a long old day. So I'm on my way home now to just chill the fuck out. And wanted to get this podcast down. But a big shout out to Kyle, all the tech team really. Some of the stuff, this kid one of the kids was 13 years old. 13 years old. He's running the whole fucking, like, all the tech. He's doing a DJing. He's getting the cameras all lined up for the gorilla. He's doing the sound. He's doing the lighting. God knows what else. All this production. This kid's 13 years old. And it's not a one-man team. It's a great team there. The announcer as well, the ring announcer, give him a shout out. Cool dude, one hell of a voice. He looks like Corey Graves. So, and he's got this kind of deep, like, massive voice, and you think, where the fuck has that come from? But overall, a great day. But that is it, really, guys. I'm exhausted. That is the debut done. I've still got my, I feel it's like a snippet of a debut. I don't see it as my proper debut. I mean, obviously I can only debut once, but in terms of my main debut of coming out, having a match, and getting that down, so that's a whole nother debut in itself. But in terms of a debut, I've made the debut, I've got the character out there, I've done a show, so there we go. It's a learning experience, and it was brilliant. So I just want to say a personal big thank you to Mark for taking the promoter, for actually taking the time, taking the chance on me to make and giving me the platform to kind of try and get the character out there. It means a lot. The Wrestling League as well. Big shout out to all the guys. I met a load of cool dudes, a load of new friends, and potentially a load of new guests on the podcast as well. So that is it from me this week, guys. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for following my journey. I'm about to go in, have a pizza and a beer. I've just arrived home, and I've got an awesome guest lined up for next week as well. So, guys, thank you all for the messages. Thank you for all the love and support. That's the debut done. On to the next one. Much love. I'll speak to you all next week.
Thank you again for listening, and people, I need your help. I would love it if you could pop over to iTunes to leave this podcast a review. Your reviews are so important to me. I need to understand what you think of the show, and it helps just raise awareness for everyone else on this show. And not only that, guys, if you have a friend or a relative who you know is an avid wrestling fan, please point them in this podcast's direction.